Hey guys, FilmCrazyAdam here. Welcome to the inside of my truck and my truck tour video. As far as this goes, it's actually, I'm growing it for a bit. You know, you'll see it in an episode of Life with Ponies. So there's actually a point to this. I'm not just doing this because. Though, doesn't look half bad. Anyway, so this is the inside of my truck, and I'll give you a quick tour of everything, dashboard, and all of it. So, all right. Here we go. Okay, so we'll start off in the back of the trailer and work our way forward. This is, just for point of reference, I'm driving a, not sure what year, I think it's like a 2012, but I'm driving a Freightliner Cascadia. And so in the back of here, as you can see, this is my bunk. Trying to get as wide of a shot as I can. Let's see. It's my bunk. There is, like I said, a top bunk. Right now it's unoccupied except for my box and my duffel bag full of clothes. So, if I wanted to do a team driving, then, basically the way that team driving works, there's two types of driving, basically. There's team driving and there's solo driving. Team driving has two drivers on the truck, and while the truck is in motion, doesn't matter, you sleep on the bottom bunk. There's that safety net right there, which, I can pull back and, it actually connects to, there's seatbelt latches under there, but anyway, you would put that net over you so that if the truck were to roll or, crash into something, you wouldn't go flying. As opposed to up there where you would, go right through the windshield and get a first-hand look at what you just crashed into. So yeah, doesn't matter who's driving, doesn't matter, doesn't matter if you're the first seat or the second seat, you sleep down here while the truck is in motion. And, that's kind of the point of team driving, is that the truck essentially it never stops moving. Now there's laws and everything in place, Teamster laws and whatnot, so that drivers aren't worked to the bone and they're not driving like 20 hours straight. Basically, you're only allowed to drive 11 hours a day. You can work a 14-hour day, but within those 14 hours, you can only drive 11 hours, and then you have to go and take a 10-hour break, 10-hour sleep, basically. If you have a team driver, one of you can be driving 11 hours while the other one, sleeps in the bunk for their 10 hours. And so, there's an overlap of an hour. So, in fact, it's like an hour and a half because you're required to take a half-hour break during your 11-hour drive. They don't want you just driving straight for 11 hours, and I get that. So one person's driving, they'll take their half-hour break, and then after their 11 hours, they'll pull over to a truck stop, and then there's a 15-minute post-trip for one person while the other person does the pre-trip inspection, and then you just switch. One person goes right there into the driver's seat, the other one goes right there into the bunk. Bing, bang, boom. All right. There's windows back here. I always keep them, buttoned up so that the light doesn't come in when I'm back here in the bunk. That way I can sleep. Right now I have all the lights on. There's two lights up there plus that light. There's two lights down here. There's even a foot lamp, and then I have my lamp over here for my little storage area. So I guess back here in the bunk. Well, I have the curtain up right now, but let me open the curtain. Ow! I hit my head on that bunk. Which actually I can raise this bunk if I need to, but I have my stuff up there, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so looking at the front of the truck, but just for lighting purposes, I'm going to close this curtain now. And as you can see, this curtain itself, while the other person's driving or when you're stopped right here, this curtain does a really good job of blocking out the daylight, and it's also made of some pretty thick material. So I'll show you in a second. There's environmental controls back here. So you can set kind of your own temperature back here, and this thing is actually thick enough that whoever's driving can have it set at their temperature, and you back here can have it set at yours. So it's pretty cool like that. There's actually a seam down the middle here, held closed by Velcro. I prefer just to I prefer just to open it fully, like that. Anyway, so back here in the bunk, I think this is the thing that most people are interested about, because the front of the truck is the front of the truck. I mean, it's, you know, it's a steering wheel and gear shifts and buttons and, you know, a computer, which most people don't have in a thing, but, you know, I'll get to that, but most people I think are more interested in the back area, the bunk area. And again, I'm sorry for it's such a small, cramped area, and again, it's why I'm not gonna. I will film one episode of Life with Ponies back here, but I'm not gonna film a lot because, you know, the camera's at the widest it is. I'm as far back as I can, and you're not seeing a whole lot. But I mean, it's the back. It's the inside back of a truck. What do you expect? So anyway, top bunk. As you can see, there's some speakers up there, and actually, I'll show you the controls down here in a second. But up here, and there's windows up there. You can see. There's a vent up there for the environmental controls, and actually, there's some controls right here. Really, it's just one button that controls the dome light. As you can see, the light's going out. So if you're up here, you can have some control of that light. But if you're down here in the main bunk, first of all, you have the emergency safety net, of course. And yeah, back here, you have all these controls. Like I said, here are the environmental controls. These don't work right now while the truck is off and not in motion. Let me zoom in a little bit. So, and you know, here's this vent here, this vent right up here, and there's also, actually that hole right there is a vent as well. So, and then I showed you the vent up there. So yeah, you can actually, so you can set it, you know, turn on the AC and, like, you know, freeze yourself to death or crank the heat all the way up. What else is over here? This right here is actually the bunk heater. This actually does work when the truck is off. In fact, the whole point of this is so that you can stay warm in the dead of winter without actually dying and without actually turning the truck on. A lot of trucks have a governor on it, which, unlike a car where you just turn the car engine on and just walk away and it'll run until either an asteroid drops on it or it runs out of gas, these trucks actually have a governor on it where it runs for, I mean, depending on what it's been set by somebody in the garage, it runs between 3 and 5 minutes, and then it just kills the engine automatically. So they're not all the same. A lot of them are temperamental. You can go online and see a lot of people like asking how to keep the truck running in cold weather, because I'm told that if it's anything under like 40 degrees or 30 degrees, the truck will automatically stay on so that it can run the heat. And if it's above like 90 degrees, it'll stay on so you can run the AC. I had one truck where that just did not work. I have a horror story about that. But anyway, that thing is designed so that it does run when the truck is off. In fact, this vent right here is where the heat comes out. And it's very good. It's very effective. So, you know, it keeps me toasty warm back here when I need be. And, oh look, here's one of the buckles right here that attach to the net. Anyway, so you've got all these other controls right here. Come on, focus. Whatever. Anyway, so they're all light controls except for this. This one is actually, it says a sleeper mute. That's for the speaker. Like I said, there's speakers up there, which, you know, if you're trying to get some sleep back here, if you're trying to get some sleep at whatever time of day, because like I said, the truck essentially never stops running. It drives for basically 23 hours a day. So somebody's driving at night, somebody's driving at day. So if you're trying to like get to sleep at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you don't want to hear your driver rocking out to Led Zeppelin or Mariah Carey or whoever, you know, you can. And that's another thing. This curtain is actually a pretty good sound dampener. I mean, like, you know, it's not a wall, but I mean, it absorbs sound. It absorbs sound, temperature, and light really well. Like, this is a awesome piece of curtain. Anyway, you can turn the speaker off, and it like I said, so they only have the speakers out front, so it deadens the sound, so it actually helps a lot. The rest of these are just the light controls. I turn them all on. Footwell, the one dome light, the rear dome light, the two down here, like that one. So, yeah, and a power outlet. In fact, I'll show you, there's like 1 million power outlets on here. Let's see. This is just a cubby. Like I said, you just hit that light and it goes on. This is just a cubby where I have some stuff, you know, dust from my computer, some vitamins. There you go. Right back there, there's a power outlet. Let's see. Spoon, fork, and knife. Some Advil when people are being obnoxious. I have, this actually pulls out, so I have a little desk. And actually a lot of times, like, I have this, you know, this lawn chair back here that I fold up, that I unfold, and I just sit here, and so I'll actually be sitting like right here, computer there, or there sometimes, and you know, I can just sit there and like edit my videos or watch a movie. This also flips up. There's some storage unit down there. There's my Nintendo DS and an extra hard drive, like 1 million packets, ketchup, barbecue sauce, mustard. Because when you're on the road, you are kind of subject to only what's available to you. So a lot of people don't really realize this, but 18-wheelers, even bobtails, which is just trucker speak for a tractor without a trailer, so just the truck, bobtails are big. You know, they're bigger than and wider and longer than most cars, and all cars basically. And a tractor trailer is basically, I mean, it's a truck with something the size of a basketball court being hauled behind it. There are a lot of places that you just cannot get with those, with a tractor trailer. There's a lot of roads that you just can't physically get down. I have some horror stories about that. So you're very limited in terms of food and where you can go with a tractor trailer. So, you know, truck stops off the interstate, they're designed specifically for tractor trailers. I mean, you see hundreds of them there. So you're only limited to what you can get at a truck stop. Most of the time it's fast food, usually a Wendy's or an Arby's. A lot of times it's a Subway. And if you want something healthy like celery or like lettuce, you know, it's not cheap. So you're kind of, I mean, I bite the bullet sometimes because I need to eat healthy, or else I'll develop a gut, and that is not attractive or healthy. So, you know, you do stuff like this. Up here I have this unit, this storage unit, and I have nums. You know, I have some cereal here with a bowl there. Like every morning at a truck stop, I'll go inside and get like a little quart of milk. And I got some bread here. I'm almost out. I gotta buy some more. You know, tell me you didn't see that coming. My Little Pony fruit snack. These are actually really good. Up here, I just got some more stuff. So, a lot of truckers use these storage units for food. We've got some space here. Picked up frozen. Let's see. Yeah, so there's that unit. There's, like I said, space on the door. There's this shelf. The shelf comes out. There's actually a bar up there. You can't really see it. But if I had like hangers or something, I could hang stuff on there. So yeah, there's that unit. Down here is another storage unit. Paper towels. Got some drinks down here. Peanut butter jelly for the bread. That's nothing. So yeah, so that's that side. And you know, it's kind of convenient when like you're sleeping right here. I mean, everyone sleeps on this side facing that way because this way you can get to the cubby and you can hit the controls. And so anyway, let's see. On this side, you have the Hulk. A good family friend of mine gave him to me. She'll be my driving companion. Let's see. More storage unit space down. You know, let me open the curtain and get some light over here. Yeah, that's better. So this is what I put my laptop on this and just did it there. I have my road atlas. I mean, I have a GPS, but I mean, like, this is really good to show you what roads you can and can't go on. Other stuff. Back there, another power outlet. More storage down there. That's where I keep my cleaning supplies. Up here, more storage space. There's my bag full of toiletries. And back here is another power outlet. And up there is a power outlet. No, wait, no, there isn't up there. In here? Those are all my trip forms. Yeah, come on. Surely to God, there's another power outlet up here. Nope. But, see, that goes up. Oh, I do have more storage. Hulk can go back there. Hulk, go back. Book goes back. Down here. Yeah. Let's see, down here, pull this latch. More storage space down there. So, yeah, that's the back. And then, like I said, I close the curtain and it's, you know, complete ceiling to floor, wall to wall curtain. Keeps out, you know, all that light and everything. And in addition to that, you can kind of see it right here. There's a second curtain that actually, I'll show you right here, hopefully it's not too bright. Right here behind the door frame, there we go, is another curtain, which I can completely close, Velcro that up, and there's a little bit of daylight getting in there, but, you know, basically tighten it up so that, you know, if, you know, well, in case I want even less light in here, you know, there's that curtain back there for that guy, and then for me, I can close up all the windows here. And actually, it's kind of helpful right now because, like, the sun is out and it's really bright in here. So, I actually just have the curtains up so that I'm not completely, like, you know, the color is just completely, like, white and bleached out. Just because the sun is really harsh. But, yeah, so I've got these curtains so I can actually, you know, so, I guess, like, the main reason why you'd have curtains like these is, at night when you park in a truck stop, the golden rule is to always back your truck in, because you never want to have to back out of a spot, because, you know, it's hard enough backing out of a spot in a normal car. Imagine trying to, you know, fight with a 53-foot long trailer behind you as well. So, at night, you'll be parked across from somebody and you're just facing each other. So, you know, you can do, you have your options. You can either, you know, if you want to sit up front here and, you know, just read a book or play on your DS or you know, because there's no chairs in here. It's just the bunk and then these two chairs here. So I mean, you can close this up and get privacy just while in here and have this open. You know, so that no one else is peeking in. I guess that's, you know, that's the main reason why you'd have them. Here's the front of the truck. Pretty standard, really. Driver's seat, passenger seat, gear shift, steering wheel, pedals. Long one on the right makes it go faster. This one makes it go slower and stops it, actually. Still trying to figure out what that other one is. This might be the cookie dispenser, and if it is, I don't know where the cookies come out. I keep looking, but I don't know. This little pedal right here actually allows me to move the steering wheel up and down, get it comfortable to my height. The seat itself, I can raise up or raise down with air pressure. That's kind of cool. So I get it to where I like it. Now, the dials right here. You'll see there's a lot more dials here than on a normal vehicle, on a car. These two big ones right here. This one is RPMs, which we'll come back to that. This is the speed. I know what the speed is, so I can find out what the speed is here. This dial here tells me my fuel, as well as this green indicator light tells me when the phasers are fully charged. And of course, only use them for defensive purposes. Never offensive. This dial tells you where you're going. This one tells you where you are. This one tells you where you were. This one, not quite sure. These dials, well, this one right here is the air pressure, which I guess is for my brakes. Because I have air brakes. I don't have normal brakes. I got air brakes. These two dials tell me when the ejector seats are pressurized, and in fact, driver's seat ejector seat button is here. Passenger seat ejector button is here, and you can see it's kind of worn off because I've used that one a lot. This one in the middle, though, like that one. This one activates the cloaking device. And here, I'll show you. Unfortunately, it only cloaks the tractor, not the trailer, so I can't really use it while driving. Moving on. This one activates the radar jammer. This one activates stealth mode. This one activates the shields, which you never want to do when you're parked next to somebody because it'll just wreck their paint job, and then they'll be bitching at you, and then you'll have to use the phasers. The only time you use them offensively is against other people. This one activates the homing beacon, so if you go off-road, and by off-road I mean over the guardrail, they can find you. This one electrifies the outer skin, the outer shell of the truck in case of marauders or pirates. Those are something that you might run onto on the interstate. This one here... wonder what this one does. Huh? Oh! It turns on the light. Huh. Good to know. This one I was told never, ever, ever touch that one. And that one activates the radio. These ones are also important. You see that they're bigger and they're also kind of removed from these ones. And that's because this button primes the self-destruct, and then this one activates it. So basically, this is the this is turning off the safety, and then this is activating the self-destruct. I've never had to use it. I think it's like a 30-second timer. Not sure. It'll probably pop up on this display when it starts up. I'm not going to try that right now because I want to finish the video. These three dials right here may look like environmental controls, but they're not. As you can see, I hit all three. That activates the 3 fusion reactors that actually runs this truck. And actually, you know, this is the safety that takes the safety off the fusion reactors, and then that causes the reactor to go critical. Now, if need be, and I need to eject the fusion reactors, because sometimes, you know, they might go critical while you're driving, and so these 3 switches right here, I can just flip them, and reactor 1, 2, and 3, reactor 1, 2, and 3. So if I try to hit these buttons and it won't turn off, I can just eject the core onto the interstate, and so I'm safe. Not sure what happens to the people behind me. Probably not that good. And finally, I have these switches right here. This one is smoke screen, this one is oil slick, this one is the spikes, and then this one are little bombs that fall out the back. And the rest of these buttons do other things too, but I don't know what those are. Anyway, this is my computer, which they will email me messages and also what my next job is. Oh wait, no, I do remember what this switch is. This switch, this is a good one. This one turns off the sun. Ready? Oh man, what do you think about that, huh? Bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, I better turn it back on. Celestia ain't got nothing on me. And here, I'll show you real quick the other stuff that's up in this truck. I got some storage units. Lots of storage space, tons of storage space. Here, I'll show you. There is a lot, you know, I showed you in the back that there was storage space. Back, up front here, there's also a lot of storage space. You know, you got that bin up here over the driver's door, one bin here, another one here, another one here, this here, glasses, that one, this one. I mean, and then of course your standard glove compartment. A couple where my phone's charging, and then, you know, I have a plastic bag, which, yeah, kind of needs, I should throw that out. And, yeah, that's it. Man, there's a lot of storage space up here and back there. And, yeah, it's a pretty good truck, fully loaded, more or less. Got my anti-personnel stuff and my storage and my bunk back there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more episodes of Life with Ponies and more I Heard That Movie Sucks. Let me know what you think. And, yeah, laters.